see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell the trophy, yeah, he need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it is on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
Yeah, what's good? What's good? Yo, man, I didn't even brush my teeth yet this morning, man. And we already got a Woj Bomb already? What the fuck? The Knicks had a roster spot. We all know this, right? So we're all expecting them to hold it until like the season starts or whatever. Or possibly, just fill it up with training camp invites and that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the time of year. We're in September. But, every year something happens around September, September, October, where like a trade happens or a major signing happens. You're like, wow, I didn't really expect that to happen. So there's always one, man. So this is kind of weird. At the end of the offseason, we signed a player today. Yeah, but we didn't just sign just like a run-of-the-mill kind of player or a bottom of the bench kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? We signed a person that's been contributing to rotations for some time now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the immediate reaction as soon as I saw it pop on my screen. And it was funny that the internet is so fast is that as soon as I clicked it, as soon as I saw it, there was already like 1,000 likes on the post. There was already like hundreds of retweets and people commenting and already resharing it and stuff like that. And it just literally dropped like 8 minutes before, I posted it. So, I mean, like, where is this coming from? Like, it's like, what? Like I said, I didn't even brush my teeth this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like my deodorant is not working from yesterday. I got to take a shower and stuff like that, man. And before I can even get my day started, before I can even get my bars out to my wife to complain or anything, my kids, Woj Bombs is here, man. So without further ado, man, slide it on down. The Knicks signed Landry Shamet. It doesn't sound like a big thing, man, but Landry Shamet, once you say that, you think playoff team. You think rotational playoff player. That's what you think. You think of somebody that has like something. Oh, the Knicks signed Landry Shamet. Oh shit. So I mean, other teams too. When they're talking about Phoenix or whoever else, other team that he signed to, you know what I'm saying? Like when he goes to a team, you think, okay, they get ready for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So we signed Landry Shamet. So the Knicks are getting ready for the playoffs. The problem is the Knicks have too many guards. What the hell does this mean? What does this mean? We'll talk about it here just to get it out of the way here. But damn, son, Landry Shamet, like I said, if he goes to a team, they're getting ready for the playoffs. So slide it on down to what this. Look at this. I like to look at projection stats. So if he played 36 minutes per game, this guy would give you 15, 3, 3, 1 steal. Great. Not necessarily great, but decent. Shooting percentages, 41% from the field. You got 35% from the 3-point range. So this is like bench player, a guy that can come in spot start sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So this for his career, average double figures once, 9 points per game, 8 points per game, 7 points per game. So this is what he's been doing throughout his whole career. Basically, like a really good bench player. He could start too if you really needed him to, but he's been like a stellar bench player since he came into the league at 21 years old. 22 minutes per game in his rookie year, sliding on down to Washington Wizards, where Wizards weren't good. So and I believe he had injury troubles on the last couple years as well. But this is interesting, man. Him signing with the Knicks. So I mean, I'm just looking at certain teams. When he was on Philly, what was their record in Philly? Philly, they were 51 win team. He ends up going to the Clippers the same year. The Clippers. Let's go to the year after that. When he went to the Clippers were a winning team also. Trying to see the record. I must have clicked the wrong thing, or maybe it's that they didn't hit the right thing there. But let me see. Clippers. Let's click this Clippers here. See if the right thing pops up. There you go. They won 49 games, so 50-49. Uh, to Brooklyn. Brooklyn. That's when they signed all Kyrie and Durant and stuff, right? So sliding on over there, 48 win team there for a team that was trying to get ready for the playoffs. Get ready for a long run. Another team, Phoenix. Go over to Phoenix. Phoenix 64 win team. So, whenever you see Shamet signs with a team, it's because they're getting ready prime for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to see his stats here just to get familiar with it. As you can see, last year was 33%, but every year after that, before that, was 37, 36, 38, 37, 45 at the beginning of his career, 40, 42. So the guy could really shoot that three, man. So we'll get into some highlights. I love to talk through highlights and stuff. So we're gonna get into some highlights in a second, man. But what is your guys' opinion on this, man? Because immediately you're looking at the Knicks roster. Let's take a look at what's going on with the Knicks here with their roster. Uh, you know, there's like a million guards on the roster. Like, so I mean, you already got G League guys. You got Kevin McCullough. I don't know where he's gonna fit as time goes on. But you got Cameron Payne. That's another guy that people kind of disregarded. They just think that Tyler Kolek is gonna get the minutes, and you're talking about Miles Bridges also. Like those guys are somehow gonna be in a rotation. But what about Cameron Payne? I mentioned Cameron Payne before. I actually did a pod on Cameron Payne. 6 for 3, 183. He has a weird jump shot. He does those goofy dances and stuff like that. But if you look at his stats, he's another guy. If you got this guy on your team, that means you're primed for getting ready for the playoffs. Like when he played for Phoenix those years from year 25 to year 28, he was averaging double figures in scoring during that time period. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. The 3-point percentage, the field goal percentage, the free throw percentage, all phenomenal stats for him. Coming off the bench there. Also, basically saved them a lot of times when Chris Paul got hurt. He actually was a starting point guard and stuff, man. So even up to this day, where at his year 29 when he went to Philly, actually he went to Milwaukee first, to be a backup, to be like the star backup player to help them out. So he goes to Philly. They didn't even play him in the beginning of the playoffs. When Cameron Payne was inserted into the rotation in the playoffs, that was the game changer because it galvanized the Knicks. It brought the Philadelphia confidence, and it also brought other guys confidence. Like Buddy Hield all of a sudden started to shoot well. Philly did lose the series, but like I said, inserting Cameron Payne into that rotation actually galvanized them and helped them. Whatever. If Cameron Payne for the beginning, maybe the Knicks don't win that series. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you like that. But yeah, man, this is pretty interesting, man. So I just mentioned that. Like I mentioned Cameron Payne, I mentioned Tyler Kolek, I mentioned Deuce McBride. Where are these guys playing? It's nice to have rotation guys, but on some real shit, where are these guys gonna play at? Because you got Deontay DiVincenzo already off the bench, you got Josh Hart off the bench. So those guys are going to have to get minutes at the guard position because you got to play OG, you got to play Mikal Bridges a lot of minutes. You got to play the minutes. The other rotational player is Julius Randle. You got to play Julius Randle. So the thing is, in the rotation with these guys getting major minutes, how do these other guys play? How do these other guys get minutes? So you don't sign guys like this just to rot on the bench, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, man. So, before we get into highlights and stuff like that, I just want to see what you guys are talking about because not for nothing, the internet is going crazy, as far as Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, people are going pretty crazy in the comments and stuff like that, all the reshares and stuff like that. Taking a look at some people. One thing I got to say, man, I hate it when certain accounts go breaking news and they say this and that as if they, and then they tag Woj in it. That's like annoying. It's for engagement. I know I'm doing this for an engagement also, but this is for conversational purposes, I guess. But they'll post it and make it seem like they're the ones that did something. And then you look at their retweets. Their retweets and stuff go up because people will see that first and then they retweet it. I don't like that. I just don't really like that. Even though people can say what I'm doing right here, I don't like it either. But I've just had to say that. But anyway, without seeming like a hater, let's get into what you guys are saying. I see Frank Matos is here celebrating a little bit. You got Hit 'em Up. Another guard, man. What the fuck? What are we gonna do? Like the writing on the wall to me is that we have a trade on the horizon. So I mean, is there a trade gonna happen like before training camp? Because like there's a big conversation around Julius Randle. Is Julius Randle gonna get traded, stuff like that? I really hope he doesn't. But not for nothing, man. It's like we need a backup center. We need a backup center. That's what everybody's saying. I personally think we need a center. We don't just need a backup center. We need a center. Because I don't think Mitchell Robinson is it, man. As far as where we want to go as a championship team, maybe Mitchell Robinson could be a bench guy, like a really good coming off the bench center. I agree with that. 15 minutes per game for Mitchell Robinson, that's pretty good. But we kind of need like a center, like a real center that can actually contribute to the game on all facets, I should say, rather than just the defensively and offensive rebounding wise. We need somebody to be able to finish at the rim without having to get an alley oop. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody to defensive rebound. We need somebody to be able to shoot a jump shot, maybe make a pass. Facilitate some offense in there because everybody else can facilitate. We're gonna need somebody else to help that ball continue to move. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. I really think that the Knicks should do that. But what's coming on, man? Like Frank Matos is wondering what's going on. Like, what the fuck is Leon doing? I mean, but not for nothing. He's stockpiling some really good players. Like I said, I mentioned Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne's a very good player. Landry Shamet is along the same lines. These guys are playoff ready players, man, and they all have great percentages. Cameron Payne's percentages are great, bro. Especially for like a top backup in this league. Shout out to Geraldine in the place. What's good, Geraldine? I haven't seen you in a while, but I did 5 podcasts last week. Actually, this week, if you want to count this week, man, I did 5 podcasts this week, basically 5 back to back, and I took the last 2 days off. I'll get into that in a second, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Geraldine, Harlem CEO in the place, man. Yeah, man, trade is going down. What do you think is going to happen? Anybody have any trade ideas we could talk about real quick before we get up out of here? Insurance policy, man. We got mad insurance policies though. Deuce McBride currently is the insurance policy. Cameron Payne currently is the insurance policy. So now we got Landry Shamet. Are we expecting the whole roster to burn to the ground? Are we expecting Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart all to just burn to the ground? If that happens, then you can insert Cameron Payne, Landry Fields, and Deuce, and then we should be able to still win games. That's crazy. These are like we're talking about bottom of the bench guys for us because we already have a solid 8 to 9 man rotation. Now you add all these guys that I mentioned on the backcourt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even mention the front court players that we have. Add these guys to the backcourt, man. These guys at the bottom of the bench are rotational players in the NBA. So I mean, it's crazy, man. So hit him up says, get Walker Kessler, Nick Richards, or Jonas Valanciunas. So I mean, we can trade these guys, but we're talking about Deuce McBride now. We're talking about guys like that, to trade for Kessler Walker, Nick Richards, or Jonas Valanciunas. It's possible. It's definitely possible to make a trade to get like that. But I'm kind of thinking a little bit higher because getting Walker Kessler it should be kind of easy to get these guys. Matter of fact, we should be able to get 2 of them. Not for nothing. Walker Kessler, Nick Richards, and Jonas Valanciunas. We should be able to get 2 of those guys. With the extra players that we have, with the extra players that we have now, we should be able to get like 2 of those guys, man. So I'm just scrolling down here. Nick's Storian, he says this is a brilliant move, trade filler. Yeah, man, excellent. I'm excited. I'm here sweating already. Like I said, I didn't even brush my teeth this morning, bro. My fucking armpits are stinking and shit. I didn't take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, man. I'm still wearing the same clothes I went to sleep in last night. It's like unbelievable. So they didn't really enclose how much they signed him for, but it's a 1-year deal. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you see here, 1-year deal. So I guess more information will pop up as time goes on here. Let me just click on the side here, see if anything else pops up as far as contracts is concerned. So I'm scrolling real quick. I don't see nothing as far as contracts, but that's the Woj Bomb, man. Wojnarowski just dropped it and then dropped his phone and then turned his phone off. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, man. So oh my god, let's see what you guys are saying here. I see this person with an interesting name here. He says, can Landry Shamet possibly replace Daniel Jones? He got jokes. Oh my god. Faith Live Sports is here. He says, I don't know, Shamet always little trashy to me, always been a little trashy to me. Okay. I guess 8 to 10 minutes a game, But my thing is, everybody can't play 8 to 10 minutes a game. The math is not mathing. You know what I'm saying? I get you. You made a little spelling error, but I get you. But everybody can't play 8 to 10 minutes a game because Deuce Bright got to play those 8 to 10 minutes a game if they exist. And then also, like I said, Cameron Payne got to play 8 to 10 minutes if they exist. You know what I'm saying? Then there's other players that I can mention too. And yeah, that could possibly get little small minutes like that. But playing 8 to 10 minutes a game is not rotational minutes. Those that's like you playing those minutes because we were either getting blown out or either blowing a team out. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Here goes East Blue Drew. What up, man? He says, front office looks like they're bringing in people's homies over from the Duke McKinney. Okay, I get that too. Bringing guys in here to keep the locker room light. Bringing the super friends in here. To just to keep things light during the offseason and stuff. Yo, man, one thing I gotta say, I like adding players like this because practice is gonna be lit. That means that the Knicks are always going to be sharpening, steel going to be sharpening steel, iron sharpening iron, or adamantium sharpening adamantium out here. Because if you got Landry Fields in practice and he's not playing I said Landry Fields, Landry Shamet playing in practice, with Deuce next to him, and then you got other guys in the thing too. These guys are good enough to be rotational players around the league. So if these guys are not even in the rotation, you're talking about 15 man. These guys are like approaching 12, 13, 15th man now. So if these guys are in practice, then the Knicks are just going to be they're going to be so good, because they're going to get the reps in practice playing against quality players in practice, and then you come into the game, and then coming into the game is easy. It's going to be easy coming into these games, man. So it's unbelievable, man. Shout out to Dwayne Freddie. What up? What up? Unbelievable, man. I'm scrolling down. I need to see if you guys are thinking about any type of trades. So I mean, this is where's the person at? So hit him up, mention these guys because this is what's already been said in the room. But I think this was said a couple days ago. These three names in order, basically. Walker Kessler, Nick Richards, and Jonas Valanciunas. I believe forgot the dude from ESPN mentioned these three guys by name on a tweet. I mentioned it in the last pod that I made that these guys were mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So they were already mentioned by somebody already. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think is gonna happen? Scrolling down here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There's other players that I can mention, but I'm only talking about the backcourt. Take a look at the front court. You're talking about Chime Okike. That's a Big Chum. Yeah, this is rap name is Big Chum. You got him. You got Jacob Toppin, who I think should be able to make some kind of move. Precious Achiuwa got signed to the roster. He should be able to make a good move too on the bench there for us. Sliding on down there, you are looking at guys like Bates Diop. I happen to like Bates Diop. I think that he could play. But he's not gonna be able to play with us, you know what I'm saying, with these guys in front of him. Aside from that, of course, you got Big Jericho. Big Jericho Sims is there. You see him working on his game, trying to make a step also. So a lot of guys are trying to make their step, and these guys are good, decent players. These guys have helped the Knicks in the past, and they've helped other teams in the past. You know what I'm saying? So where are the minutes coming from these guys? Because we already have quality. Like we literally got quality players all across the board. So I mean, God forbid, say like Julius Randle has a setback and his shoulder blows out. He misses like let's say Julius misses the whole season again. We could throw a Chuma in there. We could throw Chuma Okike in there. We could throw Bates Diop, and I think we'd be fine. I think we would be fine if any one of those guys were dropped into the rotation. I think we would be fine if Julius got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's wild, interesting, man. What's going on here? So I don't know if the Knicks are just going to keep these guys as insurance policies, or if they just going, or if this is something bigger happening here, man. So let's just keep. Anybody have any ideas before we stroll up out of here? Yeah, man, super depth, bro. Talking about Mike. I can't pronounce your last name, but thank you for tuning in. I mean, this is bug, man. Shamet, look at the stats there: 40, 39, 84 for his career, big time shooter. I swear the guy's just Burke's replacement for Tibbs. Yeah, but we already have guys though. You could say that, okay, this is just Burke's replacement, but look at the guys that from we have a lot of guys that are really good, you know. Rich boy was good. He's up to something. This motherfucker is up to something, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been making fun of him, saying that he'd been asleep all this time. But it's go time. The Knicks are playoff ready right now, and like this is go time right now. The Knicks have a really good roster. You want to talk about what's Big Perkins? Perkins said the Knicks are gonna have the best record in the NBA. Now we signed Shamet after comments like that. Is something brewing, bro? Yeah, who's the trade for? Who's the trade for? Anybody have any bright ideas? Scrolling down here. Thank you, Mike, for you is just blowing up the chat right now. Thank you for the contributions. We got Maroon Sounds, man. What's good, Maroon? One of the best DJs on Instagram, I should say. You know what I'm saying? You know, Knicks fan, super DJ, yeah. You know, also hip hop artist, also. You know, so Maroon Sounds Unlimited. Check him out on Instagram. I don't know if you have content on YouTube, man, but you know, check this guy out as far as hip hop is concerned. There. I am Jarrell. What you thinking, man? What you thinking? My man Mike K Mike Doctor's in the place. He posts an article that I can't click here. Oh no, it's not an article. He just has guys you know, chopped up here. He says starting five. He says Deuce Hart, DiVincenzo, Precious, Kolick, Bates, Sims. That could be a rotation, bro. Like on some real shit. Like those guys, even you know, take all of our or all of our starters out. And if we had a team of Deuce, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Precious, Kolick, Bates, Sim, Shamet, Payne, and Diete, we probably could still win some games. If we eliminate our starters, we probably could still win some games with these players. You know, and I mean, like, I think that's like that's not an understatement. I don't know if that's the homer in me or not, but I see Deuce McBride who could start at shooting guard. You got Josh Hart that could start at either four spot in today's NBA. You got DiVincenzo who could play shooting guard also. You know, you got Precious who could start at center. You know, in today's NBA. Bates Diop could be a power forward. You got Sims that could be a starter at center as well. Shamet could be a starting or backup shooting guard. Cameron Payne could be a starting point guard. You know, then you got Diate, you know, who's like the up and coming rookie, youngest player in the NBA. You know, you can actually get some quality minutes out of this team. You know what I'm saying? You know, at least they could beat a team like Charlotte or something like that, or maybe beat some of these like bottom dwelling teams. You know, not fairly easy, but just you know off the strength of what the Knicks are doing coaching wise and stuff, man. So, man, could you like these names that I mentioned are going to be bench players. So I mean, like I said, adamantium sharpening adamantium out this motherfucker, man. Um, Unbelievable. He says do Sims and a pick for one of these centers. We'll see, man. You know, I really like Valentunas. You know, Valentunas just for the simple fact that he's a bruiser. We kind of need somebody that you can get the ball in there and he can bruise a little bit and score on the inside. Get him in there for 15 points per game where he could be like a hammer. Put him in there and you know you can get some buckets from him. Lay off of him and he can hit the three. You know, so you got a guy that can score inside and shoot the threes, kind of similar to how Brook Lopez is doing it for Milwaukee. So you can bring him in there with maybe he might not play some good enough defense, but if you still hold on to Mitchell Robinson, you know what I'm saying, then Mitchell Robinson could come in there and play that defense that you need him to play. But like I said, you could throw a Valentunas in there and he'll be able to hammer down guys in there, score a little 12 points off the bench, you know, 8 to 12 points off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Fairly easy because who's doubling? You know, you can't double the Knicks right now, especially if that ball is moving. If that ball is moving, like I hope it does, man, we're gonna be tough to beat, man. Jalen Durant, who should have been a Knick already, you know, that's a possibility. You know, Detroit might be looking to get some experience, so maybe they trade Mitchell Robinson, or maybe they'll try to get a Deuce or something like that to make the Detroit Knicks now. You know, to help them out. You know, because they're looking to add on young people with experience. So that's quite a possibility. But I mean, Jalen Durant is good too. You know, but they already have centers on their roster too. That's pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this is all interesting, man. Shout out to Kev from Nick and Ish, man. Oh my God, man. It's unbelievable. He goes, more Mike K. Valanciunas is pretty durable, doesn't miss much. Yeah, he doesn't really do too much athletically. He's on the ground, he stays on the ground. But like I said, you put him on a block, especially in FIBA play. You put him out there, the guy you can't stop him. In FIBA play, they couldn't stop him. Nobody could guard him. You know, so in the way that the NBA is with all these three-point shooting and stuff like that, you could put Valanciunas in there and sneak in some points, man. You know, sneak in some points real quick to give guys a breather because you'll get a rebounding and scoring from him and the three-point shooting. You'll get that from Valanciunas in spurts. You get that from him for a little section of time. So that I'm also thinking about the way that the Knicks go without scoring a lot. The Knicks always sometimes they like 5 minutes without scoring a basket. But that doesn't happen if you put a Valanciunas in there off the bench. That doesn't happen. You'll be able to get buckets somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If the ball moves, you'll be able to get a bucket somewhere. Somebody's going to be able to slide in there and get a bucket some kind of way. And then, like I said, you could just give Valanciunas the ball and he can score one-on-one because guys don't know how to guard the post nowadays. So Steven Sunshine, that's a cool name. Says, congrats. You are the only content reporter talking live about Shamet. Congratulations, I guess, man. Well, like I said, I didn't even brush my teeth this morning, man. Armpits stinking and take a shower, still rocking the same. I'm not even wearing any underwear, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to stand up and give you guys no show or nothing like that. But yeah, man. I mean, this is pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? This is a lot of fun, man. Content creator, talking about the Knicks like this, and I happen to be off today, which is great, man. This is a lot of fun, bro. I know you guys are watching, because you're looking for somebody to talk about something, man. This is a lot of fun. Like I cannot wait till the season starts, but it's almost like when you're waiting for your children to like grow up, you say, "Oh man, I can't wait till my son becomes a teenager." Or I can't not even when your child is born and you're feeding them, say, "Oh man, I can't wait till you could talk." My thing is you can't say that. You have to just go through the stages. Because once your kids start talking, you'll be like, God damn, I wish you would shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And then once they start talking, and then once they start moving around, preteen, teenager, now you're gonna be like, yo, man, I'm gonna punch this guy in his face, or I'm gonna kick him out. That you get to those points, man. But you have to enjoy the stages, man. So, like I'm saying right now, we're basically like in the infant stages right now. We're in the stage now where like your wife is pregnant. Maybe you might be making those trips back and forth to the hospital because you think the baby is coming, but the baby's not coming yet. Go back home. You got to wait a little while longer. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we are right now. So you have to really enjoy the ride, man. Enjoy the ride. And like I gotta say, this is a lot of fun. And I know you guys are enjoying it just along with me, man. I'm here sweating. Like I said, I didn't brush my teeth, so I can smell my own breath bouncing off my screen back at me, man. So this is pretty funny, man. Yeah, man. Greetings from Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta fans, man. Yo, let me tell you something with Atlanta fans. I don't have no problem with Atlanta fans. I don't have no problem with your point guard over there. Fuck Trey Young. I'm not a part of that fuck Trey Young stuff. It was funny in the beginning, but now people keep saying it all the time. It's just kind of like overdrawn. But the thing about it, Atlanta, like the NBA is more fun when Atlanta's doing well. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like what you guys are doing over there. So me personally, as a Knicks fan, I like to see other teams doing well because I don't want to smoke the league and have no competition the way LeBron did when he made the decision. I'm not into that. I want to see Atlanta flourish because the city's becoming a different city now. It's becoming more lucrative. It's becoming a lucrative city. Almost like what like the real age Wakanda kind of thing. Right now as far as minorities and black culture and stuff like that is really becoming a hub now. So if Atlanta is doing well, that's gonna bring a lot of stuff to the league and just for the future of the NBA, and that's a big thing, man. So I have no problems with Atlanta. Just saying that, just giving you a warm welcome to the podcast, man. So shout out to Keith Watkins here. Oh my God. I mean, like if we trade Tyler Kolek, people are gonna go crazy. But the thing is, we got to get back somebody decent. Trading Tyler Kolek and only getting Valanciunas. I don't know if fans are gonna be upset about that or not, man. But right now we in championship mode, fam. AKA Sour God. What up? What up? What up? I saw you on a little earlier. Put some drawers on, man. But I don't want to waste a pair of underwears, man. I gotta like take a shower and stuff first, man. So I got on shorts, man, but I'm free balling and stuff. So I'm in my crib. Like I said, I just woke up. Just threw on some shorts and I still got the shirt that I slept in. Like I said, didn't even brush my teeth this morning, man. Oh my God. Shout out to App, what up? He says, yeah, man, this is fun, bro. This is fun. Yeah. Okay, Mike K got an issue. He said issue is going to be where to find the money for some of these trades. Yeah. So you talk about the aprons, right? This is the apron thing. We're talking about the apron. Oh, the Knicks the apron. We're getting close to the apron. Trades can still be made. Trades get made by the front office, not the Knicks front office. I'm talking about the NBA front office. David Stern was notorious for making trades to happen that shouldn't have happened. Like one trade that comes out at me is the Detroit trade when they traded for Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace had just got traded to Atlanta. So how did he get traded immediately to Detroit right after? So he played one game for Atlanta or something like that, 1 or 2 games for Atlanta, and then he got traded again to Detroit. Since when you're able to trade a player and then trade him again right after that? Especially during that time, there was a lot of rules against stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially at the trade deadline. So that was some funny business happening. Same thing too with say like Michael Jordan wanted to come back. So Michael Jordan came back, and how was he playoff ready? Because I thought there was rules saying that you couldn't sign a player by a certain time and be playoff ready. So I don't know if they just don't worry about it kind of thing. So yeah, the date was this, but no, we kind of just changed it a little bit. It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So things happen. That's what I'm trying to say. The NBA could make things happen because if something is just so perfect for it to happen, then it will happen. Shout out to David Stern who blocked the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers back in the days. Kobe was expecting Chris Paul, to come over, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to say like Toronto interfered with the Knicks trying to sign what's his name? Steve Nash. And he ended up going to the Lakers and stuff like that. So things happen, people make things happen so things can happen. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That Lakers team, they had Karl Malone, they had Dwight Howard, they had Steve Nash. So they, to get players on the team, it can happen. Gary Payton was on the Lakers at one point with Karl Malone, you know what I'm saying? So when they went to the finals, so things happen, bro. Scrolling down here, I just really need to see if you guys have any like extra input, man, or any like trades, because literally a signing like this, there was like no warning. All these guys that are insiders and stuff like that, they're all bullshit. Because these guys don't have inside information because they had no idea that Landry Fields was coming here. There was no rumors, because they keep mentioning these names. Just like somebody here mentioned those three centers. That's because somebody from ESPN mentioned those three names, but nobody mentioned Landry Fields, especially going to the Knicks. Nobody was even talking about Landry. I keep saying Landry Fields, Landry Shamet, because he literally looks like Landry Fields, not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's talking about Shamet this whole time. Now all of a sudden he signs with the Knicks. How come nobody knew about that? How come nobody knew that or was even talking about him being a free agent or anything like that, man? So I mean, like I said, these insiders, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know nothing. They just give an opinion because they work for a publication. You know what I'm saying? They sit in the green room and they talk about what they're gonna do with the producers, and they get out there and they throw bullshit at us, and this is what we go by. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. So AP wants Kolek to stay. I want him to stay too. I think he's next. But the thing is, Brunson is here. Brunson is now. Brunson is a guy that still is going to be averaging 20-something points per game over the next couple years. So where does Kolek fit? You gotta have that hard conversation. Where does Kolek fit? Kolek could be off the bench. You understand the other? Yeah, but let me throw something out here. Like I said, I always say this all the time. You got to know your past in order to know your future and even know your present. Shout out to just one scenario. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They had Mark Price as a starter. Don't you know they had Brandon what's my man's name? Terrell Brandon. Excuse me. They had Terrell Brandon off the bench there. But even before that, Mark Price is the point guard. They had Kevin Johnson on that team. So they ended up trading Kevin Johnson, and Kevin Johnson became just as good, if not better, than Mark Price on Phoenix. Shout out to Terrell Brandon. Terrell Brandon was also Mark Price's backup. They chose to Mark Price ended up retiring or whatever, but Terrell Brandon popped right in there and became 20 points per game, like a lot of assists and whatever. He went on to have a great career too, man. So, it could be like that. Where Brunson, at the end of his career, maybe Tyler Kolek could pop up in there and do what Terrell Brandon did. But maybe, right now, since Jalen Brunson is in his prime right now, that maybe we trade Tyler Kolek, he goes to another team. He could flourish on another team, but who do we get back to make us better? Because we're on championship mode now. We're not developing right now. We're on championship mode. So that I think that's a great analogy there. Good take by me. Pat myself on the back there. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good take as far as where Kolek is concerned, man. So it's interesting, man. Shout out to Julian Bloom here with Knicks Live, man. Unbelievable. Scrolling down here. So Jordan played at least 10 games before the playoffs. Yeah, so I thought there was rules though. I thought you couldn't sign a player and they still become get on the playoff roster. So I mean that's something to go down the rabbit hole, see what's up with that. Yeah, man. Isaiah tried to get Rasheed Wallace to the Knicks. David Stern fixed that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening here. That because I mean, so I mean, like I said, the NBA front office can actually step in and say, okay, well, all right, it's the Knicks time, so we're gonna like pull some strings and stuff and make it happen. Um, Unbelievable, man. So here goes Tyler Kolek and Sims for Kessler. So I mean, this is pretty fair there. But according to Utah, Utah seems to want to get rid of Kessler for some reason. I just don't understand that. Because he's an up and coming center. He has so much potential going forward. Because he's basically just like Mitchell Robinson. But I just think that he has a little bit more potential. Whatever. Maybe not. Or maybe just Utah is thinking that he's just going to be like Mitchell Robinson, not going to change. So they're trying to get something for him. So getting Kolick and Sims for Kessler, to me, I don't think that's pretty. I don't think that's really even. I think the Knicks get kind of jerked there. But it depends if Kessler comes over here with draft picks or something like that, or maybe another sweetener on our side. But I don't think Danny Ainge is going to do that for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That's very touchy. I think a lot of Knicks fans will be pissed. I would be kind of pissed. So if this trade really did happen, Kolick and Sims for Kessler, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna tell you I'm upset about it. You know? So I don't know. Yeah, because that's just another thing. Utah wants picks also. So they're bugging, but that's Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is gonna try to get the most for bang for his buck. But it is what it is there, man. So I'm not really with that, Mike K. But if it happens, we just got to deal with it because like we all saying right now, we're in championship mode, like on some real shit right now. We're on some championship shit right now. So I'm just excited, man. So I believe that's it. There's really like if anybody else has like a major take to throw up in it that we could talk about, right? There's really nothing else to talk about other than like wow, like Landry Shamet. Like I said earlier, once you get a guy like him. He's always been attached to teams that were like ready to make that next step for the playoffs. He's here, but right now we don't have minutes for him because just even when like Mike K was talking about earlier with the rotation guys and stuff like that, we don't have a place for him because this is the backup guys. Right now Deuce and DiVincenzo need to play those minutes. So where does Shamet fit into this mix? Because you got to play Deuce before Shamet. Deuce has been here. You got to play Deuce before Shamet. And then Cameron Payne is here too. So Cameron Payne is a point guard, so he's got to get some minutes in here too. Oh, wait a second, I forgot about Tyler Kolick. So, it's just gonna go round and round in circles, man. So it's interesting, man. What is gonna happen next, man? What is next for the Knicks? And whatever happens, man, I'm excited. I'm off for the next couple of days, bro. Let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby. Ready to talk some Knicks, man. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. For anybody that's new here. Shout out to the person that popped in from Atlanta. Anybody that's new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Stick around for a little while. Your boy Die Knicks is back in business, making podcasts, whatever. I've been frozen at 2,845 subscribers because I've been taking breaks. I took a break. I took like a 8-week break this summer, from content. This week I put out 5 podcasts. In 7 days, I put out 5 podcasts, man. You know what I'm saying? This is podcast number 6 in 8 days. You know what I'm saying? So your kid drops content. You know what I'm saying? So if you dig what I'm saying, if you like the vibes or whatever, or if you just want to see, let me see what E was talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? I know he got something to say. Come in, tune in, whatever. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get that subscriber button to count back up, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to hit 3,000. I've been like feeding to hit 3,000. I feel like once I hit 3,000, then I could like stop talking about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So let me do this too while we're here. Get Mike K up out of here. I keep talking about the shit that I want to give away. I got these Funko Pops here. Patrick Ewing and John Starks Funko Pop. I got a bunch of Jalen Brunson Funko Pops here. I got extra ones on the stash here. I'm willing to give them away. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for the proper time to do that. So tune in. It might be an in-person type of thing or it might be an online type of thing. I got to figure that out. But, like I said, right now, the kid is getting busy again with pods. So we'll work that out as time goes on, man. But yo, man. Thank you for tuning in to Die Knicks Podcast as we do on the show. 4 fingers to the floor, tucking that thumb so you don't poke yourself in the eye. And that's what you do when you see the Die Hard, brother. I'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy the outro by Trav B. Ryan. Clap them cheeks if you're interested. Goodbye.
Eru, I see you. Die Hard. Trav. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard, homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's spilling out of place, cause he is for the team, and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name, and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
Goodbye. I forgot to keep myself off, but yo, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.